Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and we are making an update video. So I was asked by Subhuman on a live stream whether I do an update video on my mental health, my counseling, and just how things are going. So currently I'm still sitting in bed. It is early in the morning. It is horrendous outside again. It is once again tipping it down with rain, so I have not ventured out of the house. It is 11:30 in the morning, and we are going to make this video. So excuse the way I look. Obviously, I haven't long put some clothes on and then sat in bed, because what better way to make a mental health video than cozy in bed, because it's raining outside, all dressed in black and white. Like literally everything is black and white today. So let's get cozy and let's get into this. So, yes, yesterday I went for another counseling session. Now, this counseling session was slightly different. So, I hadn't had a counseling session in 2 weeks. My counselor was ill last time, so there had been a gap where I hadn't had counseling for 4 weeks. Now, I don't know about you, but that kind of, I, I don't know. There was only a 2 week gap, sorry, not four, but it felt like a 4 week gap. It felt like I needed to divulge stuff, but I didn't have an outlet to. And 2 weeks ago, I found out that my store is closing and that I'm going to potentially lose my job. So I had that on my head the day that my counselor decided that he was too sick to have the appointment that morning. I was meant to have counselling that afternoon, and I was phoned that morning by my area manager to tell me that my store was closing and that we needed to look at either a transfer or redundancy or other options for the future. The store officially stops trading on the 10th of May, which I can tell you now because it's been released to the public and to the customers. So I can talk about it now, which I couldn't do before because it was confidentiality, because it hadn't been released. So the Durham store is closing of the 10th of May. That is the last trading day at the very least. And I found out, and I now have to decide what I want to do. Did I want to transfer to a different store? After being there for 2.5 years, I could take redundancy. Um, and there was a lot going through my mind that day, but I couldn't divulge anything because of confidentiality, and I also couldn't go to my counsellor because he was off sick. So yesterday was like a lot. It was a heavy counselling session, obviously, with the job stuff um, being quite heavy, the insomnia stuff. I still am not sleeping. Um, we're now looking at techniques and ways of helping me sleep. Um, we are looking at ways of coping with the loss of my job, and that the changes I will feel as I cut ties with my workplace. I have already gone to clean out my locker to start the process of the separation between me and the company and me and the job, so that my mental health has times to get to grips with it. So I have already cleaned out my locker. So that's step one. And then step two will be to go there once again to say goodbye to my work colleagues, and then to be there on the last day it closes and to say goodbye as it's end of an era. 2.5 years at that company. I've had lots of downs, probably more downs than ups, I must admit, not gonna lie. But onwards and upwards to better things, I guess, in the future. Currently, I'm still signed off sick due to mental health. I am signed off with depression currently. Things have been a bit heavy with my nan dying. Now we're losing my job. Things are just not coping. I haven't been coping for about a good 6 months. And I realised that, hence getting the help. And it takes a strong person, not a weak person, a strong person, to realize they are having the issues and to go and get help. So, as you all know, I got help around Christmas. I am still off currently. I am off until at least April. Whether I can go back to work at the minute, my counselor is saying no. He's saying that I have a lot to process, a lot to go through, and a lot needs addressing, and I understand that. So the chances are that in April my sick note will once again be extended, and then I will end up on the job centre because obviously I will be made redundant, and then I will be off sick while on the job centre, which I don't know whether I was elated or not to lose my job. I had thoughts about leaving personally maybe 7 or 8 months ago. Things weren't quite right at work and I wasn't quite sure whether I wanted to stay or not. But me and my friend kind of got together and we helped each other out mentally, and we kind of both got through whatever troubles we had at work and decided to stay. And then obviously things got worse over Christmas. I had the car accident. Things were said at work which were horrible. I'm not going to go into them again. And then by Christmas Day, I'd had enough and things took into their own hands. And then I called the Retail Trust. If you haven't used the Retail Trust before and it's linked to your work, it is an amazing thing to use. I used that to help me, and within 2 days, I had an appointment with my doctor. I had someone to talk to on literally 2 days after Boxing Day. Um, I spoke to somebody the day after Boxing Day, then I had an appointment 2 days later. It was amazing. They were so helpful. And that is actually connected to my work. It's what my work use as a helpful doctor's thing. So if you can't get an appointment with your own doctor, you need to talk to somebody, you need advice, they're there. And it was an amazing service. I couldn't expect more from it. Um, So, obviously, I had the counselling, and we are processing and going through the loss of a job, the bereavements. Obviously, my nan died recently. I've had a lot of losses this year. Um, I've lost 5 people, and that's a lot in a year. I don't know about you, but some years I go without losing anybody, and last year was just a hell of a year. 2023 was horrible, absolutely horrible. This year, I mean, yes, I did lose my nan. I'm now about to lose my job. Things could be better, but I always keep being reassured that things could also be worse. I do technically have my physical and mental health. Mental health is being looked at, and I take that as a positive. Physical health, on the other hand, I still take 20,000 units of vitamin D on a Monday to try and combat the tiredness and the lack of vitamin D in my body. Um, I am looking um, to have another blood test. That's got to be done apparently in a couple of weeks. And then going to look at a change of diet and try and help myself because they're going to be testing my liver as they think there are some liver anomalies. And I am worried, kind of worried. But not for the minute, because until they really show me signs that there is something wrong, I'm not jumping to conclusions. But it isn't good if there is. Um, I am technically really suffering with insomnia. I mean, look, can you see? I've slept. Yeah. I went to bed about 3:30, and I woke up, I want to say 7:30, 8. So maybe I got a few extra hours today than usual, but I still feel tired. I feel drained. It's possibly because of the vitamin D. It's possibly because of the weight of everything on my shoulders. Apparently, it can like really push down on you. The weather is just horrendous. We've had 3 months of just rain and cloud. I just want to see the sun. I'm meant to be getting some serotonin on my skin for the vitamin D, and there's no sun. It's raining again. It was raining yesterday, it's raining today. The prognosis is it's going to rain all week. It's just grey, it's cold, it's rainy. Plays a lot on your mental health, even the weather. Some people actually get seasonal depression, where during the colder months they get depressed. They feel tired, they feel lethargic, and it's called seasonal depression. Would you believe? I have all year round depression. I really do feel low a lot of the time. Um, I call it being human. Having thoughts, feelings, and emotions is human. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of being a woman. It's a sign of being human. Humans are built to feel and think and have emotions and wear their heart on their sleeve and show people, you know, that they're struggling, that they, you know, need help. It's no shame in like having a good cry, or having a good moan, or feeling sad. They're all human emotions, and they're all justified emotions. Um, Even things like getting angry, being hurt, hating the world, they're all emotions that you need to go through to get to where you want to be. Good or bad or indifferent emotions. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you can be as emotionally unstable as you need to be. And you can feel whatever you need to feel, just as long as it's not hurting anyone. So your emotions can play a big part in obviously the counselling sessions. You can feel really highs, really lows. The counselling session was slightly different because I did have a woman that was observing, and I didn't feel as comfortable um, talking about some of the more select issues. I did still talk about them because I want to obviously help this woman that's learning to do um, counselling. But I did feel a little uneasy because I'm so used to Reef now. I've had like 4 sessions with him. I've built a bond, as you want to call it, with my counsellor. I feel at ease. And when he said this other woman was going to be listening in, I kind of felt a little bit like, mm, I'm not so sure about that. But I wasn't too comfortable. I did get everything I wanted out, but I did feel a little bit weird after the session. Like, I don't know if I felt comfortable. So whether she's there next week, I don't know, but we shall see. So I'm taking the 20,000 units of vitamin D. I'm going to look at my diet. We're going to look at natural herbal insomnia techniques and insomnia medicines. We're going to look at things like meditation, relaxation, something or other. I've got some apps to look at as well to help me. So I've got some homework to be doing. If I had homework from your counsellor. If you have counselling, let me know how your counselling sessions go. How do you feel having a shadow in your counselling? Um, have you ever had a shadow in your counselling? Let me know how you felt. I felt a little off. Um, I didn't feel as relieved after my counselling because I still felt a little bit on nerves from having the woman in there, but she needs training. So the only way to train somebody and to shadow somebody is to have them in. And he thought I would feel comfortable because I am apparently really relaxed in my counsel sessions. I give all the information they need. I talk really openly. So she or me, I'm the perfect candidate to help her with her counseling training. So there we go. Um, but yeah, if there's anything else you need to know, let me know down below. This was just a quick update. Thank you to Subhuman who asked for it. It's nice to know some people care out there. If there's anything else that I didn't answer and you'd like to know, Comment down below. I do look a bit rough. It's bath day today, so gonna wash my hair and get myself looking a bit more me. I'd love to cut and dye my hair, but currently I can't really afford to. So, if you want to support the channel and help me cut and dye my hair and give it a big thumbs up, PayPal, Super Chat, all super thanks. Become a member. Some of my stuff has been transferring to members only. So if you like some of my more intense live streams, they are currently going to members only. Some of the content to try and generate more funds from my YouTube channel as I have more time off to do it. I'm trying to get more funds from it uh, to help me while I navigate the world of losing my job through redundancy. Nonetheless, not fired. I didn't necessarily quit. I'm just taking redundancy because at the minute, with being signed off for work, I have no date of going back currently. And for the company's sake, it makes it much easier. But yeah, if you want to like and subscribe and a big thumbs up and support the channel financially, PayPal is the way to go, but a super chat or a super thanks. And I will see you all for another update very soon. I love you all. Thank you all for caring. And one quick note before we go, take care of your mental health. It's important. It's not a taboo subject. If you're having trouble, talk to somebody. There is help out there. It may take time, it may not be like a race, but you get there eventually. And you do start to feel a bit more of yourself. And I'll see you very soon. Love you all. Bye, guys.